Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? I'm driving and I'm about 15 minutes away from home, and I realized instead of doing 4:45, I did 4:25, and I was like, oh my god, I'm late! I'm late to my own show! So, for those of you guys that are new here, my name is PJ, and this is my not-so-secret diary. I cannot stand, I got these lashes from Dollar General, and see how it's starting to come up right here, and it's coming up here, and then it's kind of coming up at the end over here. This is why lashes are important, you guys. And lashes that are from Dollar General, their Kiss brand, they're still not worth it. They're still not as good as actual Kiss brand lashes at Ulta, because this happens. So, this is my usual members only stream, and I didn't make it members only because I don't have that many members and it's a little embarrassing, and I didn't want to be talking to myself, and I did not want for people to feel obligated or just, you know, I just didn't want to do it today. But I will still have members only. I was going to take it down, but I just decided, you know, even if I have 0 members, I have the option, and if I somehow get funny enough to get more following and to get people that want to sign up and have, if I have better member perks mainly, and people want to show up, then I have the ability and the option, because it's still available, you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm just now getting off of work, and it's 4:30. It looks like it's like 6 o'clock outside. Ever since daylight savings time, this happens to me every year. I don't know why I don't get used to it. I should get used to it, but it's like daylight savings time happens, and I'm like, holy moly, it's gloomy. I hate it. So I'm fixing myself, you guys. But I've been wearing a mask all day, so my makeup, I think, has rubbed off a little bit. But once I stop, which will be here in like 5 minutes. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. I want to talk about Creepshow Art and the fact that she finally came out with a video after how many months has it been, you guys? I completely forgot about Creepshow Art and who she is or what she does or where she came from, and all of a sudden it was like the big Twitter headline of the day. Holy cow, Creepshow Art makes a response, and instead of actually handling any of the stuff that was thrown at her, like the criticism against her and what she did with Lil Cow, or Lil Cow Farms, or whatever that website was where she was caught in 4K when she was talking about her friends and then pretending like she hated them and then talking to herself at some posts. Like, it was cringe. But she didn't address that at all, you guys. So if you're expecting her to take any accountability whatsoever at all, she's not. And also, where do I even start? I feel like I could rant and ramble about this all day long, because I only made it through 30 some minutes of the video, and it's a 2.5 hour long video. You guys, the entire 30 minutes was so cringe. I can't even think of the proper word to say what it was or how it felt or how I interpreted it, because I don't even know how I'm feeling about it. I really truly feel like I'm not a fan of Emily Artful. I've never followed her. I did try and listen to some of her stories. A lot of the videos were really drawn out about what happened with her and Creepshow and Creepshow's husband, Anthony. But I could not really follow along because I felt like she was rambling. There was just way too much to keep up with. But I know the gist of the story. And so, knowing what I know, there was a decent amount of evidence that proved that at least Creepshow's husband, Anthony, seems to have been infatuated with Emily Artful. Well, Creepshow Art takes that information and what was said in the video by Emily Artful, literally makes this video that's titled The Lies of Emily Artful, and tries to already take this already victim character and portray her as a liar. And the stuff that she said, like I said, I only watched 30 minutes because that's all I could stomach, and the majority of those 30 minutes that I listened to was on Augie's stream, because they were doing better at the commentary on it, because they were saying the stuff that I was feeling and wanting to say myself. But ultimately, she basically said that Emily Artful changed her sobriety date several times, and I'm like, clearly an addict would do that if they, you know, maybe had a relapse, or hello, but doesn't mean she's doing that now, or doesn't mean, you know, that made her a liar at the time. So everything that she said in response to Emily Artful's claims seemed like circumstantial evidence. There was no rhyme or reason to anything she was saying, and no hardcore proof. Like, she basically just, I can't even put the words together, you guys. I truly cannot, because it's like, girl, do you want to come back to YouTube? I would have literally started over and maybe like rebranded myself, not done it like this, where it's New Year's Eve and we've got to sit here and sift through this 2.5 hour video where you're literally making excuses for your husband that's clearly not a good guy. Thank you. I'm about to stop, and then I'm going to show you guys this palette. One of my members, Suzanne, sent me this palette by Glamlite, and I had never heard of the brand before because I'm a beginner. I'm not a makeup enthusiast to the point where I know everything. I'm not very good at putting it on sometimes. Sometimes I look funky. Some people don't like the bright colors and think this is a little clownish. But if you guys saw my shirt, you would understand, because it's literally the exact colors that are in my shirt. So I did really well today. But I always feel like I'm screaming at you guys. I'm sorry. And so I wanted to showcase the palette because I absolutely loved it. It literally took me like 5 minutes to apply. There's about 3 or 4 colors, 3 base colors that I started with, and I just kind of blended out a little, and it literally fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. It sits perfectly. It doesn't, I don't have a lot of fallout. I didn't have to, I didn't have to, like, I usually have to do concealer underneath my eyeballs in case, like, when I have the fallout. And so it was on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10 to apply. And the color scheme was absolutely perfect. I'll have to show you guys. I'm about to stop in a minute. Hopefully my internet doesn't try to pick up, because Wi-Fi and cellular service are like night and day. It's way better. Well, cellular service is way better than my Wi-Fi. Especially when my dad's playing Warface or Call of Duty. He like takes up all the bandwidth of the internet power and utilizes it with his he's so funny. My dad is so funny. Don't tell him I'm telling you guys. But he'll play a game, and then he'll have another computer where he'll play like his backup character in that same game. So I guess he could do better. You just gotta say, you know, there to him. Oh, but he tries, bless his heart. So he tries. I have to show you guys. All right, so I'm in my driveway, and so now I can talk freely. I'm so mad that I messed up my schedule because I really wanted to make the time 4:45, and that's why I thought I said it 4, and then I noticed that it was 4:25, and then I was like, holy cow, I gotta get live, because I hate that I did this. Why are my lights still on? All right, so I have to take off my sweatshirt so you guys can see the shirt that I'm wearing, because the color combo is just, whoa. Okay. So, thank you, Deborah. See this color? I look so funny when I'm trying to show you my eyelid, but I'm going to do a swatch. So here is the palette. Margarita. Glamlite. Ta-da! So the colors that I used on my eyes, it literally matches. Like, this is the base color, which is right here. Right here. And then the inside here color is this fresh pineapple. Can you guys see that okay? And I don't have a filter on today, so you guys will be able to see the exact color. And then the crease in the outside is this watermelon color. I couldn't think. I thought maybe I used this one, but I think I chickened out. I wanted to use this one, but I used this one because I chickened out, you guys. But the color is just, I gotta show you. Okay, we're gonna do swatches. See, here's my white arm. And I never do this right. Every time that I'm trying to show you guys, maybe I should do swatches on this arm, because I think I could probably hold my arm up better this way. Don't ask. So we're gonna do the top row, and all I'm doing is doing like a little swishy, and then we're gonna just do a line. So here's color number 1. I feel like I'm like, turn more, arm. That was fresh pineapple. Then we have tasty mango. Turn, arm. Okay. And then we have Presidente. This color is sick. Presidente. I have 107 palettes at last count, and I haven't yet. Really? I have never heard of it. And seriously, like, okay, I don't know why my arm doesn't turn this way. But then here we have melon. Oh boy. Okay. Some of them you gotta double apply. All right. And why is my arm like, I'm trying to, okay. You guys get the gist of what I'm doing. So then here we have tamarind. Is that how you say that? Tamarind. Tamarind. All right. And my lighting all of a sudden is not bright. What happened? This happened yesterday too. It's like on my display. You guys probably still see me the same, but my display dulled out, so I can't really see you guys. I can barely see myself. And then here is, all right, like seriously. All right. I absolutely love it. It goes on so easy. I thought that I was absolutely in love when JJ sent me the Pat McGrath with the really sparkly, shiny, iridescent colors. And one of the colors in the Pat McGrath that she had sent, it looks identical to this one. And this is literally my favorite color. And I'm extremely bright and shiny and glittery. And I would literally paint my entire face with this if I could. But in comparison to the Pat McGrath, it's almost like it's better, because I'll show you. It just goes on like butter. And Pat McGrath seems to have a hard time sticking to my skin. And I looked that up, and so it actually isn't just me. Because at first I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? Why is this not sticking to my skin? And I had gotten, with my order, I had gotten that enhancer stick. So you just basically kind of pat it on your eye like a primer, but it was more for the glittery pigment, so it didn't fall out. But even with that, I had a really hard time getting it to actually come to like a look like this. With this, it basically just, I mean, 1, 2, 3, and it was on. And I mean, I think it looks good. A lot of people don't like this brightness and the shiny colors and the not nude coloring, because a lot of people are just simply into nude, and that's okay. I'm into nude most of the time. Not being nude, but nude. You know, the color. But it usually, and look, they're going onto my skin with one swipe. Just me going like this. Usually with my palettes, me too. I got a mascara too with that order, and it was freaking, actually no, I got a mascara from Selfie, and It was absolutely amazing. I love the mascara. But I also got, Jennifer P sent me a L'Oreal primer that really, really, when you prime it, like my whole lashes will be all white. And then I did the mascara and it was almost like, whoa, but I can't not have my lashes because anything that I've ever done for lashes didn't do anywhere near the false lash look. And I like to be really big, bright-eyed. That's the core of my look, I think, is the bright eye, bushy tail look. I'm trying to make it so you guys see. Ooh, this is like a crimson apple color. This is the strawberry, the one on the bottom that I was afraid to use. But it's kind of identical to the one that I ended up using, which was the blood orange. So I don't know why I got scared and chickened out, because it's darker. It just, yeah. I am 47 and love colors and sparkles. Me too. I'm not 47 though. And then these bright blue colors, it's just so fun. Like, this reminds me of, I got a ColourPop palette that had almost the exact same colors in it, and I gave it to Ava. It was one of her first palettes that I allowed her to have and play with. And God, I don't even want to go look in her little makeup bag that I made her, because I'm sure she's like dug out colors, and I don't even want to look. One of the first things my daughter did when I gave her some makeup and gave her a couple of palettes was she made her eye look like it was bruised. She literally, I have to find the picture now, and I have to show it either on my Patreon or somewhere, but she literally made her whole eye, like from here to here and kind of up here, look like she had a black eye. She texted her father, who we do not live with, and she said, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make Mom mad. ... And then she sends the picture. You guys, my phone started ringing like back to back to back, because at first I didn't answer it because I was busy, and I was like, what? And he doesn't, yeah, you're not gonna take up my time like that. He's not, no. So like, I don't answer his calls right when he's ringing or whatever, and he's like, it's ringing and ringing. And so finally Ava she comes upstairs and she's like, I did something. And I look at her and I'm like, look at me, you know, like that mom thing that you got going on when you got a kid that's 10, that's a little girl that's a little mischievous. She looks over and she's like, what? I'm like, what did you do? And she was like, I did something. And I'm like, what? And I looked over at her and I was like, who hit you? And she was like, I sent a picture to Dad. And I'm like, you did what? And she was like, yeah, I sent him this picture. And then she sends me the picture and I'm like, oh my word, she looks like she has a black eye. I mean, it was so realistic. It was so, I'm like, girl, you might have a career in makeup. But she really had him convinced. He was thinking my husband did it. He was like, he better not have touched you. And I'm like, you better find out before you start talking that shit. But it was, I mean, it ended up being funny. But at first, it was not funny. Hey, Chrissy. I think I got all the colors down. I got distracted and then started just painting stripes at random. Now, that is the shot time. Let me show you guys them again. And why? Michelle's texting me again while I'm live. I did not expect to do this live right now. I actually really wanted to wait till I got home, but I mistimed it. So here I am. But I really did want to talk about Creepshow Art. I just really, maybe the rest of the video, you know, does have some stuff in there to exonerate Creepshow Art, which I truly never thought that Creepshow Art was fully guilty based on Emily Arfel's accusations. I feel like there was a lot of information with Emily's story that did point to Creepshow's husband, but for her, I don't feel like really, I mean, clearly she was guilty of something and she knows how her husband is. But I mean, you're still your own person. And I hate that when people associate a creator or a woman with somebody that, you know, they're married to, and they might not be the exact same way at home. I don't know. I just don't like that idea. But you guys, here's my rainbow arm. And then here's this side. This is my absolute favorite color. Now, the fact that it's kind of not as present as when I first put it on. Or wait, was it this one? It might have been this one. I can't even tell what my favorite color is. It's like the screen is dark all of a sudden and I can't see what I'm doing. But, so yeah, I'm painted up like a zebra. And I ended up doing, I didn't even finish telling you guys. I had this one on top of here, so I put some of the sparkle, because this is the same color basically as this one, but it's got that sparkle to it. And of course I gotta add sparkle, and then of course I had to add some of the pink sparkle to the pink on the inside, but you can't really see that very well. And I really don't like these eyelashes. I really hate them actually, because they're coming up on both sides and it's driving me nuts. But I don't like not having lashes, because then I just have dull, wimpy little tiny lashes. But I really don't understand it. My display all of a sudden just goes to shit. And you guys can't see me very good. Now Ava's texting me. Good. So that's basically all I had to say. I know I could talk all night, but I know you guys have things to do. I know I do. I gotta get out and let Rangy out. We might have a Rangy rant later. I need to take him for a walk, and maybe we can chat then. I might just come right back on. I don't know. I kind of just feel like doing what I want. I feel like with the channel, I've become uniformed, and so I've become set time only. And so a lot of times I've started to post or started to do a stream and decided not to, because hey, I only typically stream on Wednesdays. And then sometimes I've gone to stream and it's like nobody's here because they don't expect me to be here. So it's like, I don't expect people to all just pile into the room, especially when I'm just talking about a makeup palette or Creepshow Art, because she's literally been long gone. I don't understand what her thought process is. I don't understand. Maybe there's more to the video and I should probably just watch the rest of it. Maybe. I don't know. With that being said, though, I will let you guys go. I hope you have a good rest of the night. It is New Year's Eve. Be careful out there. It is gonna get scary because people are out. People are really out there. I was gonna stop at TJ Maxx because I was told they might have some Glamlite at TJ Maxx. A couple of people said that they had found some at their TJ Maxx, and I was literally going to stop. But the parking lot was crowded. Like, the very last row was available, and that was it. In a full-blown giant parking lot. And so I decided not to stop. It seems like everybody's getting sick, and I just don't. I want to avoid that at all costs. So here I am at home. Just going to chill, me and Wrangler. Have a fun New Year's. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day and be safe out there. Bicycle.